Snow on the way later this evening and tonight as several inches could fall in many parts of the state. Great news for skiers and snowmobilers, but it's going to be tough if you have to be on the roads after 9 o'clock this evening. Slow, slippery travel conditions expected overnight along with areas of low visibility and what will be some heavier bands of snow. Really no issues on the roadways between now and about 9 o'clock tonight, but then travel impacts quickly ramping up by midnight, and they will remain high into early tomorrow morning. Many parts of the state we're looking at 5 to 9 inches of snowfall. I think a lot of communities come away with about a half foot of light fluffy snow, but some isolated spots in southern New Hampshire could get closer to 8 or 9 inches. Lighter totals along and north of the Route 2 corridor, 3 to 5 inch snowfall likely for much of Coos County. Satellite and radar maps showing the pieces coming together earlier on this morning, and now they are starting to really encroach from the west by this evening. Still dry through 7 o'clock, just mainly cloudy, and then here it comes. The snow quickly breaks out between 9 and 11 o'clock this evening, heaviest between midnight and 6 a.m., and at times there will be snowfall rates around 1 inch per hour, so it will be tough for road crews to keep up as the snow piles up very quickly overnight. Now, I think the worst of the storm really does happen while many of us are sleeping, but when you wake up on Sunday morning, it's still snowing lightly in many areas. It's a good excuse for a kind of a slower, lazy Sunday morning, just kind of waiting for the storm to wrap up, and it will do so between about 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Outside of a couple of spot flurries or light snow showers, it is a mainly dry Sunday afternoon, as clouds may break for a couple of peaks of sunshine late in the day. Temperatures today ahead of the storm look cold, but seasonably cold for the early part of February. 20s for many, lower 30s in southern parts of the state. Nice weekend to be out on the slopes. Of course, it's dry and a bit chilly today, but a big powder day coming for many ski resorts tomorrow, especially those in central and southern New Hampshire, this time really the ones to cash in here. Places like King Pine, McIntyre, and Tenny Mountain picking up 5 to 9 inches of fresh snow. On Monday, it's a cold morning. Temperatures back in the single numbers for many. By the afternoon, it's in the 20s with a gusty breeze and some sunshine. Looks like a system will just miss us to the south Tuesday night. It'll throw some clouds in our direction, but the snow will stay far away. By Thursday, another system in our area could bring another burst of some snow and wintry mix, but right now it looks like things would clear out for Valentine's Day.